Hey, welcome back. It's JWalter here. In today's video, I'm going to be doing something different than I normally do, and this is a reaction video. So this is my first reaction video that I'm posting on the channel, and this is my reaction to my housing market forecast for 2021 that I posted 1 year ago. And to be honest with you guys, I'm really nervous to make this video because I'm pretty sure that my forecast from 1 year ago was absolutely wrong, but I thought it'd be fun to kind of look back and see what I had to say. All right, with that said, let's watch my video from 1 year ago and let's see what I had to say here. Hey, welcome back. It's JWalter here. Same intro, by the way. I have the bookshelf in the background, which I absolutely hate because I hated all the shadows that I created, but anyways, let's see what I had to say here. In today's video, I'm going to give you my housing market forecast for 2021 and my real estate market predictions. I'm going to give you my predictions for home prices, housing inventory, and much, much more. So stay tuned. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into the video because I'm really excited about this one. Because for those who follow the channel, know I don't make any predictions or speculation on the channel. I simply just report on basic facts and the real estate market trends that we're seeing in today's market. And this is one reason why I hate making these videos, because I do not speculate on the channel. I think that if you are speculate and you're wrong, then you really lose your integrity. So I really wanted to kind of give people the data so they can make a more informed decision about whether they should buy or sell a house, rather than telling people, hey, I think the housing market's going to crash. So that's kind of my take on that. However, in this video, I am going to give you my real estate market predictions, and I'm very, very excited to do that. First of all, I want to preface this video by saying that these real estate market predictions are dependent on when a COVID-19 vaccine is approved and, more importantly, is available to the masses. And keep in mind, I made this video over a year ago, and that was before we had any vaccines for COVID. And so in my forecast here, I'm basically saying that the housing market is going to be affected by the timing of when the vaccines are going to be rolled out. Okay, let's get to my real estate market predictions. And this is all based on a vaccine being approved in Q1 or Q2 of next year. Number one, more people will have the ability to work from home, and that will continue to shape our real estate market as people leave cities like San Francisco and New York City to more suburban areas. And we definitely did see this. A lot of people were moving from San Francisco, New York City to more affordable areas like Sacramento, Austin, Texas, et cetera, et cetera. For people who are allowed to work from home, they can work in a more affordable place, have a larger house, and a larger backyard. For example, and that's exactly what happened. A lot of people moved from these cities and where they don't have to be close to work anymore, and they can move to other more affordable areas where they can get more space inside their house and have a bigger backyard as well. I'm seeing that in Sacramento, where I live and work as a real estate agent. I have a lot of people who find me on YouTube from the Bay Area, for example, and are moving to the greater Sacramento area where they're able to buy a bigger house with a bigger yard. And plus, a lot of those people, their housing payment is actually going down. Because of this migration from cities to the suburbs, home builders are also looking to capitalize on this. So for example, according to the US Census Bureau, housing starts increased 2.8%, which is above the August 2019 rate. However, we will need much more than this to meet homebuyer demand, which leads me to my second real estate market. Yeah, I mean, one would assume that, I think it was kind of wrong here, that the construction really didn't get ramped up because we had such big issues with labor shortages, the cost of building materials, and obviously the supply chain issues that we saw as well. So home builders did not ramp up construction as much as we needed. So kind of wrong regarding that. So number two, and I hate to say this, but I foresee that housing inventory in the US will continue to remain low, and this is for two main reasons. New housing construction has not increased enough to meet homebuyer demand. It's my opinion, with the economic uncertainty and the increasing of costs of construction of new houses, that the new construction will remain relatively low in 2021. There you go. I guess I redeemed myself there. For example, did you know that lumber has increased by 130% since this pandemic begun? So obviously we're having these high construction costs, which in turn is causing for higher home prices. Yeah, that's true. I mean, actually the costs actually continue to increase. And so that percentage went up over 200%. And also it became, just on the lumber alone, houses or builders were paying $35,000 more to build a brand new house compared to pre-COVID. A second reason why I believe that housing inventory will remain low is, wait for it, record low interest rates. And let me explain. We've seen mortgage interest rates of less than 3% for months now, and that has increased the demand for home buyers. On the other side, homeowners are also taking advantage of these record low interest rates and refinancing their mortgages. For example, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association's latest weekly survey, they report that 65.4% of... Is it me or does it seem like I'm yelling? Oh, yeah. Total mortgage applications were from refinances last week. In addition, the MBA's refinance index was 50% higher than the same week 1 year ago. So you're probably wondering, why will this lead to low housing inventory? And here's the answer. People are locking in right now record low interest rates. So rates that we may never see again, that they're so low. So this will give... Actually, we did see rates at low. I think that rates around this time were very, very low, but then we had an all-time record highs in January. So in a few months after, or a couple of months after I posted this video. So even more people refied for even a lower rate. Homeowners little incentive to move. So for example, I just refinanced my mortgage. I got a fixed 30-year fixed rate mortgage for 2.625%. So I'm not going anywhere. That's exactly true. I mean, why would you want to move if you're locked in with a very low mortgage interest rate? It gives you very little incentive to sell and buy a new place if your mortgage rate's going to be increasing and home prices have increased as well. Our prediction about the housing market in the US in 2021 is that mortgage interest rates will remain low. And the Fed actually announced that they will keep the federal funds rate at or near 0% for years. And they will only... They changed their tune regarding that, didn't they? So the Fed is saying, hey, we may increase the federal funds rate potentially in Q4 of 2022. It's interesting to see the news from about a year ago. It's going to change. Increase this rate when we have reached full employment. Obviously, we're not at full employment right now. Our current unemployment rate is at 7.9%. Yeah, so right now our unemployment rate is around, I think, 4.2%, if I'm not mistaken. And that was right around March of 2020, or in line with March of 2020, but slightly above the historic trends of around 3.5% right before COVID hit, which is down from the peak of 14.7% in April this year. It's crazy to think that the unemployment rate in April 2020 was 14.7%. Obviously, that was a lot because of the state home orders and such, right? Which is obviously a good sign because we've decreased our unemployment rate quite a bit. But we're still well above the pre-pandemic levels of around 3.5% back in February. My fourth housing market prediction is that we'll see rents in larger cities to continue to go down, especially those who have high-rise apartment buildings. We didn't really see that either. I think I was wrong regarding that as well, because rents across the board, whether you're in a city or in the suburbs, still went up. There was a very short period of time, I remember, in like New York City, for example, where rents decreased for a little bit, but I just read actually recently that rents went up like 20% in New York City last month. So we're seeing kind of this like shift here. Let's go on. Of course, we've all seen these reports that San Francisco rents are going down, as well as New York City. So for example, according to the website JWalter.com, the median price for a one-bedroom apartment in San Francisco was $2,830 per month. And that is a 20.3% decrease from 1 year ago. This basically goes back to my point where people who have the luxury of working from home are leaving the cities and moving to the suburbs where they can have more space inside and out. Also, in my opinion, this will lead to decreases in luxury apartment sales and prices across much of the nation. My fifth housing market prediction. What we really saw is an increase for luxury homes or home sales in the suburbs, right? A lot of people were buying these properties where they can get more space, and that was outside the cities. For 2021 is regarding home prices, and I know a lot of you want to hear about this. So, oh man, let's hear what I have to say about this. I don't know what I said there. Let's see. In my opinion, due to the low inventory, record low interest rates, which are not forecasted to increase much next year, I believe that home prices will continue their upward trend next year, but not at the level we're seeing right now. I think it'll be much more subdued. However, home prices obviously increased greatly in 2021. So I was right about that, but also I said that not as much as 2020, which was wrong. Prices increased more in 2021 compared to 2020. However, like I mentioned in my previous real estate market updates, if housing inventory absolutely skyrockets, then obviously this will have an adverse effect on home prices. And obviously I do not have a crystal ball, so these are just my best real estate market predictions based on the data we have right now. Yeah, I mean, inventory did not increase. Right now we're currently at record low inventory and also record high home prices, according to a brand new report from Redfin that was just released yesterday or today. So I would love to know your thoughts about this. Comment below with your real estate market predictions for 2021. So what do you guys think? Actually, I was pretty surprised because I thought that my predictions were going to be totally wrong. Obviously, there were some things in here that I was wrong about, some things that I could not predict or I predicted wrong. But what do you guys think about this? Do you want me to make more reaction videos? I'm not going to make more reaction videos of myself. It's a little bit weird, but if you want me to make other videos with other reaction videos to other people's videos, then please leave me a comment below. Also, if you got any value out of this video whatsoever, then please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate that. Also, consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Hope you have an awesome day and look forward to seeing you on the next video.